I remember the time when it was dangerous to play in Dublin. And they were always singing about Dublin in the rare old times. But it's still great, it's great to be back.
Well, here in Vicar Street, it's rather special. It's the kind of place where it's more intimate. There's an immediacy about the atmosphere. The people are close and very popular. It's a very good venue. To celebrate making a video for 50 years, I think it's the ideal place.
More lively than that.
Yeah, well, let me just get into it.
Yeah, Dublin is a special kind of a homecoming feeling, I suppose you could say. We've been all over Europe during the year, and the end of the year we always do a couple of gigs here in Vicar Street in Dublin.
It's an amazing experience because, like, I have a lot of mates who are coming here tonight, and all my family are coming, and there's some great feeling about us playing in Dublin for Dublin people. Also, a lot of people come from all over Europe and that, but there's a bit of magic in it.
To come home and play for your own, the Dubs, and then you hear the response and you hear the smart like, you're there with that garden and all that type of thing. How's it going there? Give us this and give us that and give us the other. And that's when it really comes back to you, you know. That's when you get that extra buzz.
I saw him for the first time in 1980 in Amsterdam.
17 of us here this year, so we'll be here again next year. Yeah.
This is my third time. It was once when I was younger, and last year, and then this year.
I've seen them over 300 times.
Really?
Yes, I have, yeah, at least 300 times.
3 years ago, we also were in Vicar Street, and it was so wonderful. So I said we have to go another time.
To visit Dubliners
Dublin. Dubliners.
I've seen them on YouTube, and a friend in Switzerland told me that they're going to be here in Dublin, and I thought, why not? I'm here anyway, and I'll have a look in.
We're from Denmark, and we're going to see the Dubliners concert, and very excited.
I came all the way from Norway, and this is my second time here at Vicar Street watching the Dubliners.
I think it must be 40 years ago in Frankfurt. That's the first time I saw the Dubliners.
The music seems to have this universal appeal, and it doesn't matter if the audience is abroad in Germany or Scandinavia or whatever, whether they understand all the words in the song. It doesn't seem to matter too much. It's the atmosphere that comes across that get the people, and they want to become involved, and that's the nature of what we do.
Yeah, how are we doing? That sounds great.
We're going to have a retrospective aspect to the show, if you like. We've assembled a lot of old video clips of the old group featuring Ronnie and Luke and Kieran, of course. And we also have quite a big number of photographs from the archives.
The old footage. There's some amazing shots of Ronnie, God bless him, and Luke. You know, also Kieran, but there's some hearing Luke singing the Monto, for example, for me it's just magic.
To see them on screen, and it gets a bit sentimental at times, but it's wonderful to have them. We sing along with them, so it's a big combination of the whole lot.
It's Jane's first, but I've given her a crash course, so she'll know most of the songs. She can sing along.
I was 7 years old when they started, so they're a little bit older than me.
We come over to Dublin every Christmas to watch them in the concerts at Christmas.
Well, I'm only one of millions. They have millions of fans. Everywhere they play, they fill the venue.
It's kind of a family feel to it. You know what I mean? You'll get into it and you'll join in. It's great.
When we were celebrating our 25 years ago, we used to joke about, will we reach 30? Will we see 35? And so on. And a few minutes later, we were 40 years on the road. And then the unlikelihood of reaching 50, we used to joke about that, but amazingly here we are, the big 5-0.
It's a great achievement for them. Like, Ireland has changed so much in 50 years, and they're still there and they're still at the top. It's just great to see them, they're really great.
They're fantastic, they're legends, absolute legends.
I think a lot of people feel it could be them up on the stage with us, we probably look like the guys that just marched in from the pub next door. That's often the case as well.
One of the most famous, the most internationally acclaimed, the most enduring musical organisation to come out of Ireland.
And they're with us tonight for a wee bit of shenanigans.
They're unique. 5 bearded Irishmen from Dublin.
They're absolutely crazy too.
That must be our next guest.
Ronnie Drew, Kieran Burke, Luke Kelly, Barney McKenna, and John Sheehan. So let's have a fine opening welcome for my Irishmen.
The Dubliners.
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 Good evening. Good evening. How are you doing? Are you ready? For anything? Right. Thank you. Thanks very much. And welcome to our celebration of our 50 years. The big 5-0. So, thank you. So tonight we're going to use some old photographs that the historians found. We have a projector and a screen here. And we also have assembled some video clips featuring Ronnie and Luke and Kieran, of course. So, yeah. So we're going to start with one of those. It's Ronnie, of course, our daddy. And a song that we recorded in 1967, purely just as an album track, but somebody saw the potential in it as a single. And incredibly, it got into Top of the Pops. A song called 7 Drunken Nights. So, Ronnie Drew here.
Could be. I saw a horse outside the door where my old horse should be. Well, I called me wife and I said to her, will you kindly tell to me who owned that horse outside the door where my old horse should be? Aye, you drunk me, it's silly old fool, silly you cannot see. That's a lovely sow that me mother sent to me. Well, it's many a day I've travelled 100 miles or more when I saddle on a sow sure I never saw before. And as I went home on a Tuesday night, as drunk as luck could be, I saw a coat behind the door where my old coat should be. Well, I called my wife and I said to her, will you kindly tell to me who owns that coat behind the door where my old coat should be? I am drunk, could be. I saw a pipe upon the chair where my old pipe should be. Well, I called me wife and I said to her, will you kindly tell to me who owns that pipe upon the chair where my old pipe should be? I don't give it to me, you silly old fool, still you cannot see. That's a lovely tin whistle that me mother sent to me. Well, it's many a day I travel 100 miles or more with the tobacco in a tin whistle, sure I never saw before. And as I went home on a Thursday night, as drunk could be, I saw two boots beneath the bed, where my old boots should be. Well, I called me wife and I said to her, will you kindly tell to me who owns them boots beneath the bed, where my old boots should be? Rookie, silly old fool, still you cannot see. They're two lovely geranium pots me mother sent to me. Well, that's me a travel 100 miles or more, but laces in geranium pots I never saw before. And as I went home on a Friday night, as drunk could be, I saw a head inside the bed where my old head should be. Well, I called my wife and I said to her, will you kindly tell to me who owns that head with you in the bed where my old head should be? I love you, silly old fool, still you cannot see. That's a baby boy that me mother sent to me. Well, there's many a day I travel 100 miles or more, but a baby boy is just as odd I never saw before. And as I went home on a Sunday as drunk could be, I saw me wife inside the bed, and this she said to me.
The great Ronnie Drew there and his inimitable voice. He put out an EP in the early 60s and this song was on it. And it's all about drinking, would you believe it? And it's called The Rare Old Mountain Dew. Let the grasses grow and waters flow in a free and easy way. Give me enough of the rare old stuff that's made near Galway Bay. Come gaugers all from Donegal, strike up and be a drum too. And we'll get the stick and we'll take a slip of the real old mountain dew. Dilly-oodle-lum, 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 dilly-oodle-lum day. Dilly-oodle-lum, 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 dilly-oodle-lum day. At the foot of the hills in a little hill where the smoke curls up to the sky, with the smoke and smell you can barely tell as the touching vines goes high. For it fills the air with a perfume rare betwixt both me and you. As home you roll, you can take a bow or a bucket of the mountain dew. Dilly-oodle-lum, skiddy-oodle-lum, skiddy-oodle-lum, and it's a long day. Dilly-oodle-lum, skiddy-oodle-lum, skiddy-oodle-lum, and it's a long day. Now learned men who use the pen have written your praises high. That sweet machine from Ireland green, distilled from wheat and rye. Throw away your pills if you're ever all ill when they're pagan fists in her shoe. Set the God repose and graze your soul with a little in the mountain dew. Dilly-oodle-lum, skiddy-oodle-lum, skiddy-oodle-lum, and it's a long day. Dilly-oodle-lum, skiddy-oodle-lum, skiddy-oodle-lum, and it's a long day. Let the grasses grow and waters flow in a free and easy way. But give me enough of the rare old stuff that's made near Galway Bay. Oh, gauges all from Donegal, slide go and leave them blue. And we give them a slip and we'll take a slip on the real old mountain dew. Dilly-oodle-lum, skiddy-oodle-lum, skiddy-oodle-lum, and it's a long day. Dilly-oodle-lum, skiddy-oodle-lum, skiddy-oodle-lum, and it's a long day. Dilly-oodle-lum, skiddy-oodle-lum, skiddy-oodle-lum, and it's a long day. Dilly-oodle-lum, skiddy-oodle-lum, skiddy-oodle-lum, and it's a long day.
Sean Cannon.
My turn to sing a little song for you now that was written by Pete St. John. And it's about a well-known district in Dublin called Ringsend. And the girl in question was Rose. But it's a lovely song with a great chorus. If you want to join in, we'd love to hear you. It's called Ringsend Rose, and it goes like this. There you go. In Dublin town, there lives a girl, fairer than the flower I'm wearing. Rose Donahue, all fresh and new, and I love her past, all caring. This is the chorus now. And there she goes. Come on, lovely. By Ringsend Rose, in God's garden there's none rarer. There she goes. By Ringsend Rose, Dublin town, I see none fairer. Sweet 17, my seamstress queen. She's no bigger than a temple, soft satin skin, streets are a grin. Sure she makes the work look simple. Where's my choir? Come on. And there she goes. Lovely. Here we go. By Ringsend Rose, in God's garden there's none rarer. There she goes. By Ringsend Rose, Dublin town, I see none fairer. 3 yards of lace to walk with grace, and a golden ring she's asking, but the saving's slow, and still I know that her love was everlasting. Choir, there she goes. By Ringsend Rose, that's lovely. In God's garden there's none rarer. There she goes, lovely. By Ringsend Rose, Dublin town, I see none fairer. Will we try it again then? Come on. And there she goes. Now we're done. By Ringsend Rose, in God's garden there's none rarer. There she goes. By Ringsend Rose, Dublin town, I see none fairer. Dublin town, I see say to you, lovely choir out there tonight. Thank you.
Patsy Watchhorn. Lovely. This is Barney McKenna. Affectionately known as Banjo Barney from Donnycarney. Barney. Barney is well known, of course, for his banjo playing, but he also sings a few songs. And we're going to have one now that he hasn't sung for a while. Will you try that? Comical Genius. Yeah. Barney anyway. Barney.
Sit down, Ben. Wel dan is die kaartje, agus paatje go straat dikker. Now, folks, I usually sing a Song of the Sea or drinking songs, but this is about a guard, or this fellow wanted to be a guard, and well, he didn't want to work, he said, and he was kind of a comical genius, so he got to join. The guards loved this old song. Well, any of them I say do. Anyway, somebody said to Brendan Bean one time about the guards, he said, you know, you've created such a great scene here in New York. Please, you know, they're all out on the tarmac, had them and taking your photograph. You've 2 hits on Broadway. And he said, you know, you've created what a scene over here in New York. Do you ever get a police escort like that in your own capital city in Dublin? I often got it, he said, but I'm usually handcuffed. But anyway, this is about the comical genius. That's what he called himself. How about it, John?
I'll give you a little intro, Barney. We can get you going.
Diddly-ay-dum, diddly-ay-dum, diddly-ay-dum-dum day. Well, the comical genius was thinking one day how he'd take up a job and receive handy pay. He did not like begging and work was too hard, so he got a bright notion to join up the guards. Diddly-ay-dum, diddly-ay-dum, diddly-ay-dum-dum day. Well, he went up to Dublin, to the depot went in, got a new suit of blue, as bright as new pins. They drilled him, they drilled him, they drilled him so hard, the old sergeant proclaimed him a fully fledged guard. Diddly-ay-dum, diddly-ay-dum, diddly-ay-dum-dum day. He was stationed somewhere near the town of Atay. On the roads of that district, well, he kept a close eye. All the girls, they admired him, as all women do, fall in love with the guard and his new suit of blue. Diddly-ay-dum, diddly-ay-dum, diddly-ay-dum-dum day. Well, they'd laugh and they'd wink and they'd nod as he'd pass. Oh, but this city guard had his eye on one lass. But this little Colleen, she being the die-hard, soon made it quite clear that she wanted no guard. Diddly-ay-dum, diddly-ay-dum, diddly-ay-dum-dum day. One time while on duty on a dark winter's night, he caught her out cycling without any light. Where's your light, Miss Eddie? Sir, in answer said she, it's next to me liver, where you'll never be. Diddly-ay-dum, diddly-ay-dum, diddly-ay-dum-dum day. Diddly-ay-dum, diddly-ay-dum, diddly-ay-dum-dum day.
The one and only. Barney is back on the banjo this time, and we're going to play a couple of hornpipes and a reel, if anybody feels like dancing. I don't think you have much room for dancing down there. The first one is called the honeysuckle hornpipe, the wonder hornpipe, and a reel called the Congress reel. More water. We'd like to remember Luke now for a few moments. And I'm sure you'll all agree that Luke was one of the great singers. He had that special way of interpreting and phrasing a song. I think a lot of his recordings have become the definitive versions of songs that he made famous and passed on to a whole new generation. And we're going to have a song from Luke in a minute now. But I wrote a few lines about Luke just a few days ago. Luke, son of Roisin, it's called. Fiery halo crowns your lived-in face. Head thrown back, wrapped in song. Feet apart, marking time. In tune with yourself, Catholic communist son of Roisin. Human rights, your passion. Music, your ally. Morning saunter, Irish Times, Leeson Lounge, liquid breakfast. World news digested, fortified for the trail. Grogan's, MacDade's, Sheehan's, global issues addressed. Fiery debate fueled with liquidation. O'Donoghue's, stepping stone to stage. Kavanagh, Behan, Coulter, McCall, your signature soundings for the road. In the back room, your spirit lingers, guiding old songs, the voices new. Your journey short, your legacy rich, Luke, son of Roisin.
Set by the Slady's red waves, and poor Wexford, stripped naked, hung high on a cross, with her heart pierced by traitors and the knaves. Glory, oh, glory, oh, to the brave men who died in the cause of one downtrodden man.
The great Luke Kelly there. I was a young man influenced so much by Luke Kelly that he put a show on the road. It was a wonderful show. And he's going to join us on stage tonight to sing a song or two. So would you please give a big round of applause to Chris Kavanagh, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, Chris. Even looks like him.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great pleasure to be here tonight and an honour. It's no secret that I felt that Luke Kelly was the best singer of all time. I'm sure a lot of you will agree. And I'd like to dedicate this song to the Dubliners on their 50th anniversary, and also to the Kelly family who are here tonight. And the song was written by Phil Coulter. He wrote the song about his son, and it's called Scorn Not His Simplicity. See the child with the golden hair but eyes that show the emptiness inside. Do we know? Can we understand just how he feels, or have we really tried? See him now as he stands alone and watches children play a children's game. Simple child, he looks almost like the others, yet they know he's not the same. Scorn not his simplicity, but rather try to love him all the more. Scorn not his simplicity, oh no, oh no. See him stare, not recognizing that kind face that only yesterday he loved. A loving face of a mother who can't understand what she's been guilty of. How she cried tears of happiness the day the doctor told her it's a boy. Now she cries tears of helplessness and thinks of all the things he can't enjoy. Scorn not his simplicity, but rather try to love him all the more. Scorn not his simplicity, oh no, oh no. Only he knows how to face the future, hopefully surrounded by despair. He won't ask for your pity or your sympathy, but surely you should care. Scorn not his simplicity, but rather try to love him all the more. Scorn not his simplicity, oh no, oh no, oh no.
Well done, Chris. Mighty. Wonderful, wonderful singing there. A wonderful song. Beautiful. Well, listen, would you mind singing another one for us then? Would you like to come on? This cabin.
Well, this next one was written about the 1798 rebellion. It was written by Thomas Keegan Casey. It's a very old rebel song. I'm sure you all know it, so join in. It's called The Rising of the Moon. And come tell me, Sean O'Farrell, tell me why you hurry so. Hush a book, oh hush and listen, and his cheeks were all aglow. I bear orders from the captain, get you ready quick and soon. For the pikes must be together at the rising of the moon. At the rising of the moon, at the rising of the moon. For the pikes must be together at the rising of the moon. And come tell me, Sean O'Farrell, where the gathering is to be. At the old spot by the river, quite well known to you and me. One more word for signal token, whistle out a marching tune. With your pike upon your shoulder at the rising of the moon. At the rising of the moon, at the rising of the moon. With your pike upon your shoulder at the rising of the moon. Out from many a mud wall cabin, eyes were watching through the night. Many a manly heart was beating for the blessed morning light. Murmurs rang around the valley to the banshee's lonely croon. And 1,000 pikes were flashing by the rising of the moon. At the rising of the moon, at the rising of the moon. And 1,000 pikes were flashing by the rising of the moon. All along that singing river, that black mass of men was seen. High above the shining weapons flew their own beloved green. Death to every foe and traitor, whistle out a marching tune. And her army boys for freedom, 'tis the rising of the moon. 'Tis the rising of the moon, 'tis the rising of the moon. And her army boys for freedom, 'tis the rising of the moon. 'Tis the rising of the moon, 'tis the rising of the moon. And her army boys for freedom, 'tis the rising of the moon.
Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Wonderful singing there from Chris Kavanagh. Thanks, Chris. Well, they say that the lakes of Killarney are fair. No stream like the Liffey will ever compare. If it's water you want, you'll find nothing more rare than the stuff that's laid down by the ocean. Oh, the sea, is Grog and Macree. Long may it roll between England and me. It's a sure guarantee that from now we'll be free. Thank God we're surrounded by water. Tom Moore made these waters make fame and renown. A great lover of anything dressed in a gown. In brandy, the bandy out Saxony drowned, and he threw near a drop in the ocean. Are we ready? Well, the sea, come on, it's Grog and Macree. Long may it roll between England and me. It's a sure guarantee that somehow we'll be free. Thank God we're surrounded by water. Well, the Scotch have their whiskey, the Welsh have their speech.
Their poets are paid about 10 pence a week, provided no harsh word on England they speak. Oh Lord, what a price for devotion. Oh the sea, it's Grog Almacree. Long may it roll between England and me. It's a sure guarantee that somehow we'll be free. Thank God we're surrounded by water. Well, the Danes came to Ireland with nothing to do but to dream of the plunder our Irish they slew. Well, you will in your Vikings, as Brian Peru, and he threw them back into the ocean. The sea, is Grog Almacree. Long may it roll between England and me. It's a sure guarantee that somehow we'll be free. Thank God we're surrounded by water. Two foreign owl monarchs in battle did join, each wanting his head on the back of a coin. If the Irish had sense, they drowned both in the Boyne and partition throw in to the ocean. Are we ready? Come on now. Oh the sea, is Grog Almacree. Long may it roll between England and me. It's a sure guarantee that somehow we'll be free. Thank God we're surrounded by water. Arish. Well the sea, is Grog Almacree. Long may it roll between England and me. It's a sure guarantee that somehow we'll be free. Thank God we're surrounded by water. Lovely Harlan.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for a little comical song, hopefully. And this is one of the songs of Pat Cooks. He's a songwriter. You may know or you may not. In any case, this is probably his most famous song, and it's called The Sick Note. Dear sir, I write this note to you to tell you of me plight. And at the time of writing, I am not a pretty sight. Me body is all black and blue, me face a deathly grey. And I write this note to say why Paddy's not at work today. While working on the 14th floor, some bricks I had to clear. Now to throw them down from such a height, it was not a good idea. The foreman wasn't very pleased, he being an awkward sod. He said I'd have to take them down the ladders in me hod. Now clearing all these bricks by hand, it was so very slow. So I hoisted up a barrel and secured the rope below. But in me haste to do the job, I was too blind to see that a barrel full of building bricks was heavier than me. So when I untied the rope, the barrel fell like lead. And clinging tightly to the rope, I started up instead. Well, I shot up like a rocket, till to my dismay I found that halfway up I met the bloody barrel coming down. Well, the barrel broke me shoulder, as to the ground it sped. And when I reached the top, I banged the pulley with me head. Well, I clung on tight, though numbed with shock from this almighty blow. And the barrel spilled out half the bricks 14 floors below. Now, when these bricks had fallen from the barrel to the floor, I then outweighed the barrel and so started down once more. Still clinging tightly to the rope, I sped towards the ground, and I landed on the broken bricks that were all scattered round. Well, I lay there groaning on the ground. I thought I'd passed the worst, when the barrel hit the pulley wheel and then the bottom burst. Well, a shower of bricks rained down on me. I hadn't got a hope. As I lay there moaning on the ground, I let go the bloody rope. The barrel then being heavier, it started down once more. and landed right across me as I lay upon the floor. Well, it broke 3 ribs and my left arm, and I can only say that I hope you understand why Paddy's not at work today. Thank you very much for your sympathy. Thank you.
Good man. Thanks again, folks, for Sean Cannon there and the Paddy and the Bartler, or whatever they call it. And the sick note, yeah. About the barrel. Now I'm going to play some. Going to play a couple of tunes for you now. Be a little solo, but it will be Irish because there'll be 2 of us playing the solo. And, when I was a boy, very young man, my father used to play an accordion. Bigger one than this. This is what you call a melodeon. Or nicknamed, of course, a squeeze box. And he woke me up one morning at about, it was 3 o'clock. Get up, he said, I remember that tune now. I remember it. Had it in his head for months. So anyway, I learned the tune. And anyway, for what it's worth, here's the little reel. Just play it. Thanks again. That's the way it was in them days. Yeah, we had to have a good memory because there was no tape recorders. So you'd be playing a tune and then you have to wait maybe 3 or 4 weeks to get the other part. And you might meet another old musician, especially if they were pipers, because they try to keep a little tune up their sleeves, they call it, so as they play at an unknown tune at a fest or something. So you had to humour them. And some of them would be so spiteful, they'd learn you a perfect tune, the first half, and a second part of the tune would be of a different tune. So you made a nigger of yourself, as you used to say. However, that was the way they got. Anyway, here's a tune I haven't played for I don't know how long. offered me old signature tune I used to play for the children years ago. The first of the reel, it's called The Moon Kind, one of the oldies, I think.
Lovely. Well, we're going to be joined now. By Luke again, and he's going to sing a song about a famous red light district in Dublin, long since closed down by the Legions of Mary. A place called the Monto.
Well, if you've got a wing, oh, take her up to Ringo, where the waxy sing, oh, all the day. If you've had your fill of porter and you can't go any further, give your man the order, back to the cave, and take her up to Monto, 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 take her up to Monto, Langaroo, to you. You heard it, buckshot Foster, the dirty old imposter, took his mutton lost her up the far eagle end. He first put on his bowler, then he buttoned up his trousers and he whistled for a growler and he said, my man, take me up to Monto, 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 take me up to Monto, Langaroo, to you. You seen the Dublin Fusiliers, the dirty old bamboozlers, they went to get the childer. 1, 2, 3. Marching from the Linden Hall, there's one for every cannonball. Vicky's going to send yous all o'er the sea. But first go up to Monto, Monto, Monto. First go up to Monto, Langaroo, to you. When the Tsar of Russia and the King of Prussia landed in the Phoenix in a big balloon, they asked the Polish band to play the wedding of the Green, but the buggers in the depot didn't know that tune. So they both went up to Monto, Monto, Monto. They both went up to Monto, Langaroo, to you. The Queen, she came to call on us, she wanted to see all of us, and glad she didn't fall on us, she's 18 stone. Mr. Me Lord Master, she is all you've got to shout to me. Why no, man, there's some more to see. Hold my home, and he took her up to Monto, Monto, Monto. Took her up to Monto, Langaroo. Dear old GTU, I do.
Well, here's a little song I learnt off the late great Kieran Burke. And it's a little Australian drinking song. And it's called All For Me Grog, and it goes like this. I'm sick in the head cause I haven't been to bed since first I came ashore with me plunder. I've been centipedes and snakes, me head it's full of aches. I think I'll take a pack for where the yonder. And it's all for me grog, me jolly, jolly grog. All for me beer and tobacco. I spent all me tin with the ladies drinking gin, or across the Western Ocean and a wander. Where are me boots, me noggin boots? They're all sold for beer and tobacco. But the soles got more tin, me uppers were letting in, and me feet were looking out for better weather. And it's all for me grog, come on, me jolly, jolly grog, everybody. All for me beer and tobacco. I spent all my tin with the ladies drinking gin, or across the Western Ocean I was wander. Where is me shirt? Now me noggin shirt. It's all gold for beer and tobacco. But the sleeves they got worn out, and the collar turned inside out, and the tail was looking out for better weather. And it's all for me grog, me jolly, jolly grog. Hey! All for me beer and tobacco. I spent all my tin with the ladies drinking gin, or across the Western Ocean I was wander. Noggin bed. It's all sold for beer and tobacco. But the sheets got all worn, the mattress got all torn. The springs were looking out for better weather. Ready? All for the grog, come on now, won't be jolly, jolly grog. All for me beer and tobacco. Well, I spent all my tin with the ladies drinking gin, or across the Western Ocean I was wander. Sad verse. Where is me wife? Now me noggin like the wife. She's all sold for beer and tobacco.
did go wore out and her arse was kicked about. And I hope she's looking out for better weather. And it's all for the grog, be jolly, jolly grog. Hey! Oh, for me beer and tobacco. Well, I spent all my tin with the ladies drinking gin. And across the Western Ocean I must wander. And it's all for the grog, be jolly, jolly grog. Oh, for me beer and tobacco. Well, I spent all my tin with the ladies drinking gin. And across that Western Ocean I must wander. Lovely hurling. Fair play to you. Thank you.
And Patsy, lovely. That was a song of Kieran's. Kieran was he was a great character, Kieran. I had great times with him. He was a bit of a philosopher, historian, dreamer, devil-may-care sort of a character. But he took a particular interest in alcohol and the making of alcohol. In our early trips around Europe in the 70s, he'd be always on the lookout for unusual liqueurs or different flavoured schnapses, that kind of thing. And he'd order one and offer it up to the light and admire the light filtering through. Then he'd take a little sip, and if he liked it, he'd order about 20 of them. But I was with him one night in an old pub in France, and I said, "What would you like, Kieran?" And he'd never give you a straight answer. He'd kind of ponder his options, if you know what I mean. So he had a look at the top shelf, and he spotted this line of liqueurs. And he thought for a minute, and I said, "Come on, Kieran, what would you like?" And he said, "I think we'll start over on the left-hand side." You know, that's the sort of a character he was. We're going to have a song from Kieran in a minute, a song called Banya na Mo dus na Ngauna, the juice of the barley for me, which was a subject he was very interested in. But I wrote a little poem there a while ago about Kieran, just remembering him. He started life off as an agricultural student, but he fell in love with life and music and the crack, and never finished his degree. But he was great. This is remembering Kieran. Long-haired, wayward chieftain, sloping in from Celtic mist, recycling myth and legend through the holes of a battered tin whistle. Desk-bound, harness untackled, you surrendered to the lure of living. Like a moth to a flame, you followed the warm glow of music and the crack. Bhí an Gaeilge agat on Gleaván, you had Irish from the cradle. Beguiling Peggy letter more, lamenting Anok Cuan, embroidering and stitching your story to the night air with guitar and harmonica. In old shebeens where time was barred, you toasted life with praps and ole. Whiskey-flavoured yarns flowed and meandered from byways of memory till dawn broke the spell through a smoky haze. Well, that ties a knot on that one, you'd say, saluting the dawn and the gift of another day. When fate struck a cruel blow, you bore your lot with stoic acceptance. With shepherd's crook, your footsteps found their echo in half-remembered places, till they faded all too soon, back to the shadows of a Celtic twilight. Thank you. Thank
you. This next song is about a poor, unfortunate man who was hounded by his wife, by his girlfriend, by the Catholic priest, the Protestant minister, everyone trying to get him to give up drink. But this man did not fall by the wayside. He didn't ever take a pledge. In the sweet county Limerick, one cold winter's night, there were bonfires ablaze, and when I first saw the light, and a crazy old midwife gone tipsy with joy as she danced round the floor with this slip of a boy singing, "Banya, Mona, and the juice of the barley for me." Now that section there, that's what you call the chorus. And if you wish to join in, please do so. But it sounds much better if you all do it together. Now, part of the chorus is in Irish or in Gaelic. The other part is in English. The Gaelic section goes, Banya mamo dos nangauna. Banya is the Irish for milk, bo is a cow, and gowan is a calf. So let the calves have the milk from the cows. The rest of the chorus is the juice of the barley for me. If you don't know what the juice of the barley is, come to Ireland and we'll explain it to you sometime. Now, when I was a young lad, about 4 years or so, with me turf and me primer to school I did go, to that dirty old cowshed without any door, where lay the schoolmaster blind drunk on the floor, saying, "Banya, bonus for now, and the juice of the barley for me." At book learning I wasn't a genius, I'm thinking, but soon I could make the schoolmaster a drinking. Not a wake nor a wind for 9 miles around, but myself in the corner blind up to me pals, saying, "Banya, bonus for now, and the juice of the barley for me." Then I met this wee lassie, and says I, "Me wee pet," but the answer she gave me I'll never forget. Her screeching and moaning was heard on the moon, saying, "Go off to the devil, you drunken bus," saying, "Banya, bonus for now, and the juice of the barley for me." So I laced up my brogues and I ran like a hound, over hedges and ditches, me grief from the ground. But ere I got to the river, I found a she-bean, where I drowned all me grief with one keg and a cheese, saying, "Banya, bonus for now, and the juice of the barley for me." Well, next Sunday the priest had me read from the altar, and he said that I'd wind up me days in a halter. If you don't mind your way by the truth I now tell, that you'll soon dance a jig on the hot stove of hell, saying, "Banya, bonus for now, and the juice of the barley for me." So the very next Sunday my way I did make. I took a trip to his reverence, a pledge for to take. First I peeped through the windows, saw priests in a bunch around the great road and fire drinking tumblers of punch, saying, "Banya, bonus for now, and the juice of the barley for me." Well, from that day to this I have rambled alone. I'm a jack of all trades and a master at none. With the sky for me roof and the earth for me floor, and I'll end all me days and get whiskey galore, saying, "Banya, bonus for now, and the juice of the barley for me."
Lovely. Well, I think Barney is ready for another song. Are you ready for Barney? Okay, Barney, get up there.
Thanks again, folks. Man, John.
Okay, Barney.
The request for the next song, there wasn't, but I'm going to sing it anyway. Yeah. You have to what now? It was a song that a man by the name of John Condy, I think he was retired fisherman, and he wrote this song about the fisherman's heaven, and the name of the place is Fiddler's Green. So this is it. As I walked by the dockside one evening so fair, to view the salt waters and take the Psalter. I heard an old fisherman singing a song. Oh, take me away, boys, me time is not long. Oh, wrap me up in the oilskins and jumpers. No more on the docks I'll be seen. Just tell me, old shipmates, I'm taking a trip, mates, and I'll see you someday on Fiddler's Green. Now Fiddler's Green is a place I've heard tell, oh, where the fishermen go if they don't go to hell, where the skies are all clear and the dolphin do play, and the cold coast of Greenland is far, far away. So wrap me up in the oilskins and jumpers. No more on the docks I'll be seen. Just tell me, old shipmates, I'm taking a trip, mates, and I'll see you someday on Fiddler's Green, where the skies are all clear and there's never a gale, and the fish jump on board with one swish of their tails, where you lie at your leisure, there's no work to do, and the skippers below making hay for the crew. So wrap me up in the oilskins and jumpers. No more on the docks I'll be seen. Just tell me, old shipmates, I'm taking a trip, mates, and I'll see you someday on Fiddler's Green. Now when you get back on docks and the long trip is through, there's pubs and there's clubs and there's lassies there too, where the girls are all pretty and the beer, it is free, and there's bottles of rum growing from every tree. So wrap me up in the oilskins and jumpers. No more on the docks I'll be seen. Just tell me, old shipmates, I'm taking a trip, mates, and I'll see you someday on Fiddler's Green. Now I don't want a harp, not a halo, not me. Just give me a breeze on the good rolling sea. I'll play me old squeeze box as we sail along. Oh, with the wind in the rigging, to sing me a song. Surround me up in the oilskins and jumpers. No more on the docks of the sea. Just tell me, old shipmates, I'm taking a trip, mates, and I'll see you someday on Fiddler's Green.
As the fisherman. Yeah. I'd like to play a couple of tunes for you now, ladies and gentlemen, on the fiddle. Thank you both. And, yeah, the first tune I'd like to play is a tune I composed about 30 years ago in a beautiful place called Harstad up in the north of Norway. And funny enough, I never actually played it on stage until a few months ago, and I played it with some Norwegian musicians. It was on that terrible day of the bombings in Oslo and the shooting of all those innocent people, and it was quite a moving occasion, I must say. But I'd like to play it tonight in memory of all those young people who were murdered that day. Thank you. And thank you. I called it Farewell to Harstad. And with the help of my young friend here on the guitar, Eamon Campbell. Okay, here we go. Thanks very much indeed. I'd like to change the mood a little bit with a couple of lively tunes now. A march and a reel. And the march is a tune that came out of a dream. I woke up one morning and this complete tune was in my head, wherever it came from, I don't know. Kind of a Scottish flavoured march, and I called it Feathered Gale. And we'll follow that with a traditional Irish reel called... What's it, Barney? Jackie? Oh yeah, I just want to make sure we're playing the same tunes. You think we're joking? Called Jackie Coleman's reel, but play the march and the reel for you now. Barney. And Mr. Campbell. Thank you. Eamon Campbell there in full flight.
Wonderful stuff, great music. John Sheehan, wonderful music. Well, now here's an old-fashioned song. It's written by Percy French, and he was born in the 1800s. Sadly, he's no longer with us, but he's... and he wrote many songs, famous songs. One is called The Mountains of Mourne. Great song, but I don't know that one. So we'll sing one we do know, hopefully, and it's called Eileen Og, about courtship in days gone by. Here we go. Eileen Og, and that the daughter's name is, to the barony, her features there were famous. If we loved her, then who was there to blame us? For wasn't she the pride of Petrovore? But her beauty made us all to shy, not a man could look her in the eye. Boys, oh boys, just that's the reason why we're in mourning for the pride of Petrovore. Eileen Og, my heart is growing grey, ever since the day you wandered far away. Eileen Og, there are good fish in the sea, but there's none of them like the pride of Petrovore. Friday at the fair in Badentubber, Eileen I met McGrath the cattle shopper. I'd like to set me mark upon the robber, for he stole away the pride of Petrovore. He never seemed to see the girl at all, even when she ogled him from underneath her shawl. Looking big and masterful when she was looking small, was provoking for the pride of Petrovore. Eileen Og, my heart is growing grey, ever since the day you wandered far away. Eileen Og, there are good fish in the sea, but there's none of them like the pride of Petrovore. So it went as it was in the beginning. Eileen Og was bent upon the winning. Big McGrath contentedly was grinning, being courted by the pride of Petrovore. Says he, I know a girl that could knock you into fits. At that Eileen nearly lost her wits. The upshot of the ructions is that now the robber sits with his arms around the pride of Petrovore. Eileen Og, my heart is growing grey, ever since the day you wandered far away. Eileen Og, there are good fish in the sea, but there's none of them like the pride of Petrovore. Boys, oh boys, with fate is hard to grapple. Of me, aye, 'tis Eileen was the apple. Now to see her marching to the chapel with the hardest featured man in Petrovore. Now, boys, this is all I have to say. When you do your courting, make no display. If you want them to run after you, just walk the other way, for they're mostly like the pride of Petrovore. Eileen Og, my heart is growing grey, ever since the day you wandered far away. Eileen Og, there are good fish in the sea, but there's none of them like the pride of Petrovore.
When things go wrong and will not come right, though you do the best you can. When life looks black as the dark of night, the point of playing is your only man.
Well, when money is tight, it's hard to get, and your horse is also ran, and all you've left is a heap of debt, the point of playing is your only man.
When health is bad and your heart feels strange and your face is pale and wan, when doctors say that you need a change, point of playing is your only man.
When food is scarce and your larder bare, and no rashers grease your pan, when hunger grows and your meals are rare, a pint to plain is your only man.
In times of trouble and lousy strife, you've still got a darling plan. You still can turn to a brighter life. A point of playing is your only man.
It's lonesome away from your kindred and all, by the campfire at night where the wildingos call. But there's nothing so lonesome, morbid or drear, than to stand in a bar of a pub with no beer. Now the public is anxious for the quota to come. There's a faraway look on the face of the bomb. But the maid's gone all cranky, the cook's acting queer. What a terrible place is a pub with no beer. And the stockman rides up with his straight dusty throat. He walks up to the bar, pulls a wad from his coat. But the smile on his face quickly turns to a sneer when the barman said sadly, the pub's got no beer. There's a dog on the veranda, for his master he waits, while the boss is inside, drinking wine with his mates. He hurries for cover, he cringes in fear. It's no place for a dog, now the pub with no beer. Then Billy the blacksmith, the first time in his life, has gone home cold sober to his darling wife. He walks in the kitchen, she says, "You're early, my dear." He breaks down and tells her the pub's got no beer. So it's a lonesome away from your kindred and all, by the campfire at night where the wild dingoes call. But there's nothing so lonesome, morbid or drear, than to stand in a bar of a pub with no beer. I'm thirsty after that.
Sketch of a Dubliner. Bearded bass boom, slim-lined, short-fused, razor-sharp. Centre stage holding forth, centre bar toasting life. Purveyor of street ballad, crafter of storyline, disciple of Zosimus, flirting with fame. Imbiber of the black stuff, epicenter of the crack, master of retort, outwitting the heckler. Jovial raconteur, conjuring with words, precision timing, knockout punchline. Grumpy at morning, barbed wire vinegar. Convivial at evening, rose without thorns. Champion of the underdog, dethroning the haughty. Sounding uncomfortable truths, uplifting the needy. Disenchanted, weary of applause, wary of patronage, impatient for the wings. Distillation of the Liffey, salt of the earth, Dublin personified, Ronnie Drew. Thank you.
In the year of 39, when the sky was full of lead, when Hitler was heading for Poland, and Paddy for Holyhead. Come all you pincher laddies, and you long-distance men, don't ever work for McAlpine, for Wimpy or John Lang. They'll stand behind a mixer till your skin is turned to tan, and they'd say good on you, Paddy, with your boat fair in your hand. Oh, the crack was good in Cricklewood, and they wouldn't leave the crown. But glasses flying and biddies crying, so Paddy was going to town. Oh, mother dear, I'm over here, and I'm never coming back. What keeps me here? The rake of beer, the ladies, and the crack. I come from County Kerry, the land of eggs and bacon. If you think I'd eat your fish and chips, I tell you a mistake. Oh, I down in the land came McAlpine, to shovel snow behind them. 'Cause in the pub they drank the sob, and up in the spike you'll find them. They sweated blood and they washed down mud with pints and quarts of beer. And now we're on the road again with McAlpine's new clear. I'm stripped to the skin with the darky fin, way down upon the Isle of Grain. With the horse face tool, and I knew the rule, no money if you stop for rain. When McAlpine's gone with a well-filled horn, your shoulders cut to bits and seared, and woe to he who went to look for tea, McAlpine's new clear. I remember the day when the Bear O'Shea fell into a concrete stairs. But the horse-face said when he saw him dead, well, it wasn't what the rich call prayers. I'm a navvy short when the one retort that reached unto my ears. When the going is rough, well, you must be tough with McAlpine's new clear. It has had me bet with a Russian, Czech and Pole. Unsuddenly jammed up in the high road dams or underneath the Thames in a hole. I've grafted hard and I've got me cards and many a gagger's fist across me ears. If you're proud of your life, don't join by Christ with McAlpine's new clear.
Once again, Ronnie Drew, never to be replaced. Fantastic. And we'll go back to the west of Ireland, to County Galway, Connemara. In fact, for the next song, it's a song that Kieran used to sing when he sang the Gaelic songs. This is a Gaelic song. It's called Peggy Lettermore. Me the girl and Bonamy, she begging let her more. I reach house of Becky, knockers chasser, war and I. Papa could belong, knockers second will she down. Oh, got me, my store. Me the girl and Bonamy, she begging let her more. God, he chickum talk, chickum sheep, peggum, and his flag. Every Friday I was seen a got a western bar. Oh, gotta me, I guess gotta me, must Lord. Me the girl and on me, she begging let her war. Quickie go again on the boardwalk. She's scared of her shit here, a lumping in a flatwood joy. Oh, got me, it's got me, my store. Me the girl, a man, me, she begging letter more. Nice, Nina, Galilei, shot to the core. The solid's galley laying over vacation toy. Oh, got me, it's got me, my store. Me the girl, a man, me, she begging letter more.
Those who like to dance, don't. Could be dangerous. But however that. Anyway, coming out, it'll be right now. Happy birthday.
What about me?
Okay.
You know a song for me?
And what about that? Okay, right now.
Okay.
Right. 3 reels are Cooley's reel, a tune called The Dawn, and then the last one, it's about the Mullingar races. Yeah. That's later on, okay?
Okay. Here we go now. Yeah, here we go now.
we've had so many requests this evening, hundreds of requests, despite which we're still here. And in order to comply with these requests, we've run a few together as a medley. And the first one in the medley is called The Black Velvet Band. In a neat little town they call Belfast, now a friend to Sister Red I was bound. And as many as an hour sweet happiness have I spent in that neat little town. Then a sad misfortune came over me, which caused me to stray from the land. Far away from me, friends and relation, betrayed by the Black Velvet Band. Our eyes they shone like diamonds, I thought her the queen of the land, and her hair it hung over her shoulder, tied up with a black velvet band.
Oh, poor old Dicey Riley, she is taken to the sun. Come on, poor old Dicey Riley, she will never give it up. For it's off each morning to the hop, she goes in for another little drop, and the heart of the owl is Dicey Riley. Well, long days ago, when men were men and fancy play of love, lovely Becky Cooper or Maggie Mary one gettle put them all to shame. One was worthy of the name, and the name of that same was Dicey Riley. Oh, poor old Dicey Riley, she's taken to the sun. Poor old Dicey Riley, she will never give it up. For it's off each morning to the hop, she goes in for another little drop of the heart of the oldest Dicey Riley.
Nice to be 50 again, I tell you. Here's one you might know. It's called Whiskey in the Jar. As I was going over the far-famed Kerry Mountains, I met with Captain Farrell and his money he was counting. I first produced me pistol and I then produced me rapier. Six down, down, deliver, fire, about the deceiver, with sherry, whack for the daddy-o, whack for the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. I went into my chamber, all for to take a slumber. I'd silver, gold, and jewels, I am sure about no wonder. But then he took me pistol, she filled it up with water, and sent for Captain Farrell to be ready for the slaughter. My sherry, whack for the daddy-o, whack for the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. Early in the morning, just before I rose to travel, up comes the band of troopers, and like with Captain Farrell, I first built me pistol for the rapier she had stolen. I could not shoot the water, so prisoner I was taken. My sherry, whack for the daddy-o, whack for the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. If there's anyone can aid me, with me brother in the army, if I can find a station in Cork or in Killarney, and if he'll go with me, we'll go roving in Kilkenny, and I'm sure he'll treat me better than me slide as even Jenny. My sherry, whack for the daddy-o, whack for the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. There's some take delight in the carriages rolling, and others take delight in the hurling and the bowling. But I take delight in the juice of the barley, and working pretty fair maids in the morning, bright and early. My sherry, whack for the daddy-o, whack for the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. My sherry, whack for the daddy-o, whack for the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar.
Thank you, Hulk. Thank you.
God bless you. Thank you.
Thanks very much. Well, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for coming along and helping us to celebrate our Golden Jubilee, our 50 years. You were great. But we're not finished yet. As Barney says, it's too late to stop now. All right, Barney. So, a bit of life left in the old dogs yet, I think. So we do another one. What have you got to do?
What about the outro? We all help us out. A hungry feeling came on me stealing, and the mice were squealing in my prison cell, and the owl triangle, lovely, when jingle jangle. The screw was bawling, get up, yes, Bewises, and clean out your cell. That's lovely. And the owl triangle when jingle jangle all along the banks of the Royal Canal. As the lag lay sleeping, Humpy Gussie was peeping lovely as I lay dreaming of my girl's sal choir and the old triangle lovely when jingle jangle all along the banks of the Royal Canal, up in a female prison. There are 75 women and a sin among them. I wish I did dwell. Then the old triangle could go jingle jangle all along the banks of the Royal Canal, all along the banks of the Royal Canal. Well, good night. God bless you, and thanks for your hospitality. Thank you very much. Raised on songs and stories, heroes of renown, well, the passing tales and glories that once was Dublin town. Hallowed halls and houses, haunted children's rides, that once was Dublin City in the rare old time. Are we ready for this now? Come on. In the ring of Rosie, as the light declines, I remember Dublin City in the rare old time. Oh, my name, it's Sean Dempsey, as Dublin as could be, born hard and late in Pimlico, in a house that ceased to be. By trade, I was a cooper, lost out to redundancy. Like my house, it fell to progress by trade's memory. And I courted Peggy Diane, lovely, as pretty as you please, a rogue child of Mary from the rebel liberties. I lost her to the shooting chap with skin is black as coal. When he took her off to Birmingham, she took away her soul. Very good. Are we ready? Ring a Rosie, as the light declines. I remember Dublin city in the red. Well, the years, they've made me bitter. The gargoyles dim, he prayed, because Dublin, it keeps on changing. Nothing seems the same. The pillar and the net of God, the rail of the six pulled down, as the grey unyielding concrete, it makes a city of a town. Are we ready now? Up the dubs. Ring a Rosie, as the light declines. I remember Dublin city in the red of time. Fare thee well, sweetheart, I living. I can no longer stay and watch the new glass cages spring up along the quay. My mind's too full of memories, too old to hear new chimes. I'm a part of what was Dublin in the red old time. Are we ready, lads? Ring a Rosie, as the light declines. I remember Dublin city, rising in the red. Now, tell you what, sing it on your own. Ring a one for the road, two for the ditch. Ring a Rosie, as the light declines. I remember Dublin city in the red of time. Good night. God bless you. And thanks. It's been a wonderful, wonderful audience. See you next year. Thank you.
See you during the year.
Yeah, delighted to see them again.
Yeah, it's great to see
for the 50th year anniversary.
Yeah. Unreal gig. Very unbelievable. Unbelievable. One of the best of all time.
That concert was one of the best I've seen in years.
Absolutely wonderful. Being with the Dubliners, with you Irish, that's the best day of my life.
Okay. You won't see this kind of show unless you're live and at it and you have it in your heart.
I was like that in there, you know. It was really lovely. Really nice. Sorry.
Wonderful.
Barney McKenna, the master of the banjo.
Absolutely fantastic. And I can tell you this, see the Dubliners, they're getting better as they go on.
I feel like they're so relevant now after so many years. They're empowering.
Excellent gig, a terrific gig. Couldn't believe it. Barney McKenna was just so witty, so sharp. For his age, it's amazing that they're still around 50 years.
Tonight was as good as it gets. They haven't been better anytime. They were brilliant.
They're just wonderful.
I'll still be feeling in 50 years' time, please God.
Please God.
I hope they would make 100 years.